Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Genesis and welcome back to Random SCP Review. This is entry number 17 and this is SCP-6096. I forgot to mention previously that as you can see there is actually a picture here and few SCPs back before this I think like there is not really any picture or illustration to describe or to what is it to illustrate what the SCP looks like, but I'm glad that this has images into it, so I will give that a plus in itself. As simple as giving any picture or any image or illustration is actually, it will be enough for the readers, I would say, in this case me, maybe you guys as well, to try to understand what it looks like, because sometimes the description doesn't really what is it like isn't really easy to understand. It sometimes can be a little bit too difficult, and I'm glad that this has a picture. So yeah, so this is 1696. It is um I don't know how to call this one. So, by the looks of it, it's just a sheet. However, it also feels like there is someone inside, and that's pretty much it. So, yeah, you cannot really see who is inside, or nor who anyone else. Never, have never seen who's inside, pretty much. And what does this SCP does? What does this SCP do? The SCP will randomly ask. The SCP will randomly visit someone as the target, like randomly, and then it will try to, catch the person and hide it inside its blanket or sheet, and then yeah, the person will die and disappear, apparently, not just leaving residual like a pretty much like what, like blood stain or any, like a body or corpse. No, it's just vanished pretty much. Yeah, I think they know this as well, because I think they maybe after, before and after they uh, before and after this SCP goes out, maybe they kind of measure the weights, and the weights actually mentioned here, it's about 48 kilograms. And yeah, so if it catch a person, it should increase the weight. However, maybe when it got measured again, the weight is still 48 kilograms. So it pretty much it disappeared. So the person inside there will disappear pretty much. Um, so yeah, there's that. And then previously we saw this one, a live camera footage about what's happening. What the SCP-6096 does pretty much. And here it is, yeah, there's like pretty much there's a person, and then the SCP catch caught the person, and apparently the person, the surrounding or the nearby people surrounding the target will fall into hypnotism or something, and got controlled by the 1696 to help the SCP catch the victim easier pretty much. So yeah, and there's that. And then after that, we just continue over here after the log. All immediate witnesses were dosed with a Class A amnestic, and a cover story for the disappearance of Desmond Malian was produced. It is currently unknown how long SCP-6096 was operating prior to this event, if at all. Okay, so the foundation is not sure if this is the first one, or the second one, or the third one, heck, or even the 100th one, the 1000th victim. I'm not sure, nor the foundation is sure as well. But yeah, okay, let's go to addendum 696-2. Welcome notice. Okay, so the previous one was addendum 1, or yeah, addendum 1 over here, initial containment. Okay, that's interesting. um and then after that we go to the second addendum. Let's see if there's some kind of interview or something. I'm not sure, I kind of doubt, but yeah. And there you have it. Welcome to mobile Task Force Zeta 29. The booze is under the sink. No need to worry about professionalism down here. The higher ups couldn't demote me if they wanted to. Apparently, my presence as the head of 1696 containment is beneficial enough to it that me being resigned would count as harming it. Lucky me. You're probably wondering where is it? You're probably wondering how we can be shameless enough to say we have this thing under containment. It comes and goes whenever it feels like it, and if it ever decided it didn't want to come back to its containment cell, we have literally no way of forcing it. And yeah, you're probably also thinking that calling that room a containment chamber instead of a hotel room is just as shameful. To that, I say you're absolutely right. There's nothing we can do against 1696. Feel free to take a drink until you're able to accept that. Don't hold back, you're going to become very familiar with that bottle anyway. I know I did the first time I had to hold the door to a maternity ward open for this thing. Okay. The idea of containing 1696 is a bad joke. We all decided a long time ago that the only way out of this nightmare is liquidation, decommissioning, neutralization, whatever you want to call it. But that's no walk in the park either. I've stood in that chamber for hours, gun pointed at 1696 head, screaming at my fingers just to tighten slightly. Didn't work. You can't harm 1696, no matter how much you want to. You can even try to start a Rube Goldberg, okay, kind of thing, to eventually harm 1696. It's just a fact of the world, maybe a semi or semio hazard or whatever it's called. The way I see it, then there are three main ways out of this nightmare. Oh, I see. Okay, so the foundation doesn't make the rule about not harming 1696. The SCP actually protects itself with that ruling, and it's pretty much like an absolute protection, which is interesting. It also mentions Rube Goldberg, so pretty much you cannot really set what is it like set a complex sort of objects moving, which eventually results in trying to harm 1696. That will not work. Maybe you cannot start yourself. Maybe some of the component suddenly fail midway of the Rube Goldberg or something like that, or maybe it's just a miss at the final shot pretty much. So yeah, you cannot do that as well. So I would say this is absolute protection. Now let's see what's the weakness of that, or I don't know what this person mean over here. There are three main ways out of this nightmare, pretty much. Um, Another organization, maybe the GOC, takes a shot at it without realizing what they're dealing with. Maybe they think we're transporting something much more dangerous. Maybe they think we're in over our heads with it. And they take it out with a drone or something, blow the thing to hell while we're transporting it. A bomb would kill it easy. I think it feels weak. This would only work so long as the GOC think they are bombing something else entirely. If they knew it was 1696, they would just be contained too. Okay, so if you don't know that you're trying to attack this, then it might happen. Okay, AIC deals with it. I don't know if an artificial intelligence is immune to. Oh yeah, AI immune to SCP-6096 effects. But the fact that it won't let me tell one of them about it gives me a hope. Maybe one day one of those computers get a mission, and maybe that mission, by complete coincidence, happens to lead them over to this file. Then they use the superior intelligence to set things up so 6096 runs into an accident out of the blue. But I don't think that will work because remember up there in the list of things that be considered as harmful over here, a trick others into unknowingly laying a trap. So that could be considered as trap, which, if you ask me, that might not work. So yeah, there's that. I don't think it will work though. Okay, let's continue. A target gets lucky. Maybe 1696 goes after a gun nut, and the poor guy gets a lucky shot in before we can hold him down. This almost happened once, but Lopez took the bullet. Poor guy bled out while we were holding the target down for 1696. Maybe it will happen again, go better. Maybe. Okay, so it actually is possible, actually, if you think about it, the third one. So think about it this way. Um, the SCP will target a victim or target the next person. However, the next person apparently is not affected or hypnotized by the SCP, as we all know from the Desmond case. Desmond didn't appear to, uh, accept it, right? Desmond kinda tried to fight back, like kicking his legs in the air. Maybe if the target is an adult, then also if they are equipped with some kind of weapons, maybe they can take out people that are hypnotized nearby them, and then maybe can take out the shit itself. And you might ask, but that cannot work because there's a protection that cannot anyone cannot harm the SCP. But the thing is, it's the target that does that. So the target, I feel like the target will be forced into being itself unaffected when the SCP try to attack. So in this case, the victim can actually try to attack. Let's say, yeah, like maybe try, yeah, maybe next time try to equip the victim with weapons, or this will be interesting if if the next target of 1696 is someone that is capable of someone that is strong, knows how to use weapon and stuff like that. Maybe they can arm themselves and try to attack whoever that is along with the SP as well, because we know that the SP will try to manipulate the nearby people's mind into capturing the target pretty much. And in this case, if the person knows how to combat pretty much, they can take out the hypnotized people and then maybe try to attack the SCP-6096. But then again, that might be possible. However, just for the convenience of SCP, I feel like that will not happen because we all know that the SCP Foundation, the SCP is kind of pretty much over there, right? Like, it can be neutralized, it can be captured. However, like, uh, making harm into the being harmful towards the SCP, I think that can actually kill the SCP, and then the SCP will die pretty much. So I feel like I feel like it might happen, but for the sake of the plot or the story of this SCP, I don't think that will happen. Yeah, maybe. Let's be honest. These scenarios aren't scenarios; they are fantasies. The odds of any of these things happening on their own are tiny, minuscule. But the thing is, it can happen, and by Murphy's law, anything that can happen will eventually happen, or anything that can go wrong will eventually go wrong. So I feel like at slightest chance, it will happen eventually. Maybe at 1,000 victim, maybe at a 10,000 victim. I'm not sure, but I feel like it will happen eventually. So yeah, I do hope that the creator actually update this with more story, like addendum pretty much about maybe another victim that um, maybe they've succeeded to flee, but later get captured again. Yeah, pretty much you cannot run away from it. Like, uh, maybe you can take down the people nearby, but after you try to run, the SP will always try to catch you. Like, for instance, in this case, maybe when a person already taken down people that got hypnotized by SCP-6096, maybe they run, right? And after that, the SCP will follow by hypnotizing more people, like, let's say, in the street or in the road. Then they can just ask the car, or ask the person to drive the SCP towards the target. So it feels like you can't really escape this SCP. It kind of is the same as the shy guy, the SCP-96, I think. Once you're targeted, there's no way out. You can think of going, let's say, to the outer space. Well, there's so many vehicle here that can take the SP to outer space as well. Also, if you manage to go out of space, like you will eventually go back to Earth, or like how would you survive out in the space? So also the fact that the SP can just simply go towards the NASA facility and then borrow one of the rocket, or ask the person to to drive the rocket and then to chase the person, like maybe crashing the rocket, and then pretty much there's so many possibilities here, pretty much. Or it's just the same as the shy guy. It will be on what is it, like a waiting state, and then once the person comes back, and then it will be active again, will consistently search for the person. But then again, I don't think you can like survive out in the outer space. I'm not sure. Well, you can. This is SCP world. There's so many SCP that I would say can make you travel through the stars, through the space, or even to the other dimension as well. So yeah, the possibility is endless here. But yeah, I guess they can. Like I said, the writer of this SCP, they can pretty much make more story about this. It'll be exciting, entertaining as well, because there is update. Because this is only one example that got addendum. So it's always nice to have more story into it, like getting updated every now and then. Anyway, let's continue. Sheer coincidence. The only thing that can really do 1696 in, as far as I can see, is sheer coincidence. In the end, all we can do is wait and hope. Hope for one of us to make a genuine mistake that gets the right dominoes falling. But I wouldn't hold your breath. After all, we're so fucking good at what we do. Yeah, being MTF Zeta 29. So yeah, I guess. Charlie Simonsky, commander of MTF Zeta 29, Blood Brothers. Okay, and then there's a footnote, a younger relative. Okay, so yeah, there's that. Like I said, this one's actually interesting. Uh, I don't know where where they get the reference from. Maybe they got reference from somewhere else. Yeah, this one, right? This really seems like a common popular culture or pop culture, but I don't seem to understand where it might come from. So let me know if you think any of these. Like I said, there is actually a meme that's going around. Well, not really a meme, but more like a random video, pretty much. It's like TikTok video or Instagram Reels or something like that. Um, in which the person like this dressed like this, and then there's a person coming just passing through, and then the person open the sheet, like stretch their arms and legs in, and then captured the person, and then captured them into the sheet, and covering the person with the sheet again. So yeah, it can be like that as well. Again, that video itself might get reference from something else that is obvious, that I don't know, that I don't notice just yet. But yeah, let me know down below where this reference might come from. I feel like it's towards what I just mentioned there. Again, maybe the original reference of that. But yeah, anyway, this has been what is it called again, Racer random SCP review. This is 17th entry, SCP-66, no, 1696, yeah, actually. SCP-1696, the guest, pretty much. Yeah, well, obviously the SCP is an uninvited guest that, yeah, pretty much uninvited, but I guess there is that. But anyway, I think that'll be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Random SCP Review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay stealthy. I will see you again few days from now in the next episode of Razer in the 18th entry. Also, yes, I realized that episodes ago I mentioned that I kind of want to finish the SCP in one episode. But then again, I kind of changed my mind. Well, not really changing my mind though. Um, I still want to finish that in one episode again. However, I also now limit the video to be at most 20 minutes pretty much. Or, if it goes off like maybe another 5, 25, or 30, but that's like the absolute max pretty much. I kind of want to make shorter videos because um I feel like that has something to do with the fact that I don't know, the longer the video is, the more likely people will not watch from the start until the end. So, yeah, and that's actually bad. Why? Well, if people only watch a fraction of video, then they don't really get the full meaning inside or the full content. So, they only get a fraction, therefore they might actually perceive something wrong. But yeah, that's just my opinion though. Although myself, I do really like longer videos actually from a lot of YouTuber, like known YouTuber that makes a lot of a long video, like let's say Aspen Gold. His video is sometimes an hour long, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour, or even his playthrough is about, almost 4 hours pretty much. And I actually watched that. Well, I don't necessarily watch, but I let that play in the background while I do something else. So it can be considered as multitasking, let's say. Well, people back then used song in radio when doing something else. Well, in this case, I use other video like long video just to play in the background so that I don't feel lonely pretty much, so that there's someone else's voice running, like talking in the background pretty much. And then after that I can also still understand what the person is trying to say pretty much. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, that'll be it. Until then, see ya.